Hi Gemini, how's it going? I hope you're doing great today. My name is Lynn. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a general reading for you. I've already cleared the energy of the cards and pulled 5 cards. But first I want to just talk about, this reading is going to be all about you and your shadow traits, okay? I'm doing this for every sign because I just feel that when we are aware of our shadow traits, then we can grow even more. Okay, it's not always easy to look at our shadow traits. We all have them, but I think it's really good to do this. So, Gemini, you are ruled by Mercury, and you're symbolized by the twins. You're an air sign known for intelligence, communication, adaptability, and curiosity. Okay. But like all the zodiac signs, you have shadow traits, darker, unconscious, or less developed aspects of your personality. And these traits can emerge under stress, immaturity, or when you're not living in alignment with your higher self. Okay, so let me just go through your shadow traits, and I want you just to take what resonates with you and ignore the rest, okay? Because it's a general reading. The first one is, well, you know, you always hear about Gemini having 2 sides, right? Being two-faced or duplicitous. Gemini, again, is symbolized by the twins, which represents duality. And at their worst, it can become dishonesty, inconsistency, or playing both sides. It can represent gossiping, saying different things to different people, or hiding your true intentions. The second one is overthinking and being mentally scattered. You are ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of the mind, and you can fall into analysis, constant distraction, obsession with data and ideas, analysis, and perilous. Never grounding thoughts into action, flitting from one idea to the next, restlessness. Okay? So again, you can fall into analysis, perilous, constant distraction, or obsession with ideas and data. And then your third trait is manipulative communication. You are a master communicator, but in the shadow, this can become verbal manipulation, talking in circles or using charm to deceive. It could come out as lying or misleading or saying what others want to hear to avoid conflict or to gain an advantage. The fourth trait is commitment issues. You crave novelty and stimulation, but in the shadow, you can resist depth, routine, or emotional vulnerability. For some, it can come off as flaky behavior or ghosting. You may have a fear of intimacy, or you may abandon projects and or people too quickly. The fifth trait is identity confusion or a lack of authenticity. With your chameleon-like nature, you can lose touch with who you really are, in trying to adapt to others. This can come across as, like wearing masks or being performative or shifting personalities based on your environment or audience. The sixth trait can be emotionally detached. As an air sign, you live in the mind more than the heart. Some of you may avoid deep emotional conversations, actualize your feelings, or you may be dismissive of others' emotional needs. And the last trait is addictive stimulation or seeking. Gemini thrives on mental excitement, but in the shadow, this can become addiction to chaos, drama, or endless novelty. Like scrolling on social media, or social media addiction, or a constant need for entertainment or distraction. So, question is, how do you integrate these shadow traits? So to work with your shadow rather than be controlled by it, awareness is the first step. That's why I'm wanting to talk about this today. Integration might involve practicing mindfulness and presence. It could be committing to fewer things, but more deeply. It could be journaling to discover your inner truth. It could be speaking authentically, even when it feels uncomfortable. And it could be cultivating emotional intelligence. So those are all the shadow traits of Gemini. Now I want to go through the tarot cards that came out today. You got the Magician reversed, Major Arcana. You have the Page of Shields or Pentacles reversed, Three of Swords reversed, Two of Swords, and 10 of Swords. When a card comes out reversed, it just means you're getting extra protection from Spirit. So we'll start with, I'll just move these over a little bit for a second so you can see where I'm at. We'll start with the Magician first. So this card is all about manipulation, trickery, lack of direction. Again, Spirit is bringing up scattered energy, untapped potential. You may be misusing your skills or doubting your own power. There may be someone around you being deceptive or manipulative. And sometimes this card warns against illusions or false promises. Okay. Second card is the Page of Pentacles reversed. So this card is about laziness, a lack of focus, missed opportunities, procrastination. So the shadow side of this card could be a failure to ground ideas or bring your dreams into reality. There may be immaturity around responsibility, money, or goals. When the Page of Pentacles comes out reversed. And then the third card is the Three of Swords, if I can pick it up. Reverse, this card is about healing from heartbreak. It's about releasing pain and emotional recovery. So you're beginning to move on from a deep wound or betrayal or grief, but it still lingers. Sometimes this card can indicate suppressed pain or a reluctance to confront the hurt, which is why, again, I wanted to talk about the shadow traits. The more we face our shadow self, Gemini. I have Gemini in I'm a Scorpio, but I also have Gemini and Pisces is my moon and rising signs. The more we can face our shadow side, the stronger we get, I believe, anyways. So, a reluctance to confront hurt. It's not easy. Your next card is the Two of Swords, upright. This is a card that talks about indecision, stalemate, being at a stalemate, difficult choices, emotional blockage. You may be refusing to face the truth or make a decision. You might be emotionally shut down, trying to protect yourself by not choosing. I'll get back to that. This card upright talks about painful endings. Again, betrayal, hitting rock bottom. It's a card of burnout. This card is saying that something has ended or must end. This card marks an absolute low point, but it also is the start of release and a new chapter in your life. So I think the overall theme of your reading today, Gemini, is about recovery from deception or collapse and finding clarity after illusion. Okay? This is a story of mental, emotional, or energetic burnout. possibly due to manipulation, deception, or self-doubt, which is leading to a turning point where healing and choice become possible. So the Magician reversed shows a loss of power, perhaps through manipulation or misuse of your gifts. The Page of Pentacles reversed reinforces this, showing lost focus or motivation, possibly from neglecting your goals or being misled. The Three of Swords reverse could suggest that you're trying to heal from something painful, maybe a betrayal, or a major disappointment. And then the Two of Swords reveals a current state of indecision. You may be mentally blocked, avoiding a difficult emotional truth or decision. And then your Ten of Swords makes it clear there's been a deep hurt or ending, and though painful, it's telling you that the worst is over and there's now room for you to rebuild. Okay, so again, you may be healing from a betrayal, personal or professional, where someone abused their power or lied to you. Or this could reflect self-sabotage, where procrastination, fear, or confusion led to a failure or loss, but now you're being called to confront the pain and make a conscious decision to move forward. You're at a crossroads after hitting rock bottom. But the reversed Three of Swords shows there is a path to healing if you're willing to face reality and reclaim your power. Okay, the repeating themes in this reading is mental burnout and emotional blockage, avoidance versus action, reclaiming your personal power, and the need to make a choice and move forward. So, Gemini, the advice that Spirit has for you is to be honest with yourself about what's no longer working. Don't ignore red flags, especially around people or projects that feel manipulative. Make a decision, even if it's painful. It will bring relief. And remember, you have more power than you think, Gemini. This card, the Magician reversed, is a call to reclaim your will. We all have free will. Okay? So that is your reading. I hope you received some insight or guidance from those messages today. Thank you so much for letting me channel those messages. I'm really grateful. I'm sending you lots of strength and a big hug and lots of love. Take good care, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Gemini.